Hey, it's Andrew Otten with TechRaptor. I'm here with Alex Draycott, creative director of Pacific Drive from Ironwood Studios. Just had a chance to play the game. Robert's behind the camera, but we're both Pacific Northwest people. And is it just a love for the area why you chose that as the setting?
Definitely. I think, both growing up here and then while I was here, I think it became the inspiration of just, there's so much mystery out in the woods, going out and exploring. It felt like a very good fit.
And this is more specific, like the Olympics is like a big inspiration for it, or you just went around there, or is it kind of everywhere around here?
All over the Northwest there is so much here, but the Olympic Peninsula specifically is just absolutely beautiful. And I was out driving around there when I think the idea started to form a little bit in my head.
Gotcha. Is there a specific area you liked out there? Like if you were to say, hey, where would you point someone to go check out there?
I don't think necessarily connected with the game, but the rainforests are just beautiful. They're incredible. I think it's a temperate rainforest. It's just absolutely phenomenal to see.
Well, we're asking the site owners going to be camping out there at the end of this month, end of September.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
We'll let them know.
Yeah. Should definitely be on the list.
One thing that I was wondering, why'd you land on a station wagon? I think it's obviously very classic looking, and it feels kind of natural too, like, oh, okay, that's what I would choose also, kind of. But what was the thought process of that?
So, the original inspiration, it came, I grew up driving station wagons in the Northwest, and more recently I picked up this hobby of going out into the woods and driving around and exploring abandoned sites, and I think that was probably where the seed idea came in, was like, oh, well, you used to drive around in these station wagons and now you're doing it again. But it fits, right? Like there is a bit of do anything, go anywhere element to the station wagon. It's Americana, that's part of the culture of the game. So it fits really well.
Okay, actually, you just think of there's so many iconic media that the station wagon's firmly right there.
Oh yeah.
The wood paneling and what have you.
Oh, absolutely.
So this is a run-based, it's like roguelike kind of game, right?
Yeah, so it's a run-based driving survival game. So from your garage, you're planning and you're taking trips out into the exclusion zone. So you're deciding on the path that you want to take. While you're going out, you're collecting resources, either just trying to stock up so that you can upgrade your car or your garage or progress the story. When you get to the end of your destination, you have to make a big escape and make it out before a storm collapses. Get back to your garage, alive or dead, and then do it again.
So in those moments of obviously weird stuff has happened in the world.
Yeah.
And we're going to be figuring out finding out what that means or what that is. So where do those moments kind of come in on a run? Is that kind of what you're at the end of it, or is it just a random thing you find, or?
So the weirdness, the surrealism of the game is kind of everywhere, right? It's in our world building when you're looking at the art that the team has built and fleshed out on that side. It's in our design and our hazard design with our anomalies when you're looking at all the different encounters that you can have, and they're a little strange in what they do. And they're in our writing, in our lore. When you scan it, they're in our audio. When you listen to the game, you hear what's going on around you. And then, of course, in the main story, you very much get caught up in this mystery, this urban legend, and as you're kind of pursuing that legend, you're going to get some big pieces of information.
Gotcha. So you mentioned urban legends. We feel, living here, we have to ask, are we going to see Bigfoot somewhere?
I mean, you're going to see all kinds of weird things in the zone.
That's not a no.
Look, I'm not going to put any kind of confirmation either way, but if you check it out, you will see some strange things. That much, I made sure to put at least some weird in there.
Perfect.
Not to mention the whole team also doing that too.
Sure. When it comes to the car, what kind of upgrades are we looking at for you? I know because I was trying to go up a big hill, obviously I need better tires and stuff for that. So is it very natural, oh, this makes sense in the real world, I would need this thing to do this?
Yeah, so I think on the surface, there's a lot of stuff that makes sense, right? Better engine's going to make you go faster. Better tires for off-road will make you handle better off-road. But we definitely have beyond that, right? We start to get into specific types of defensive panels and doors, and then we have a, very much like a mid to late game amount of interesting abilities and, kind of extra weird science. Like we've described the car as very much like a Doc Brown in a Rush.
That's when you're sitting and playing it and you see everything around you.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You're in Back to the Future a little bit.
Yeah, getting those vibes, and our upgrade path eventually takes you there, right? We wanted, and the garage goes through the same trajectory, right? At the start, you're building an extra locker to keep some stuff in the garage, but you're adding stranger and more unique things to the garage as you go on.
So when you come across the car, is it just a straight up station wagon? You're putting all the weird stuff in, or does it?
For the most part,
okay.
there's a little bit of strangeness going on right off the bat, but we'll let people figure that out.
Let people figure it out.
But there is something special about the car, and what is special about it, and what that means for the story is important.
Well, I think you got anything for him, Robert?
When can we expect to see Pacific Drive?
So Pacific Drive is going to be out in Q1 of 2024. We'll be on the PlayStation 5 as well as Steam and the Epic Game Store, so you can hop online, wishlist it now, check it out. We got trailers and plenty of coverage. It's great. Or if you happen to be here at the show, check it.
It's a very unique game. I'll write up what I thought about it, but it's a fun game. I love when something that's so different. Like there's driving games and stuff where you're in the cockpit, like seeing stuff around you, but you definitely get immersed, like we were talking about with throwing it in park or forgetting to.
Yeah.
You try not to forget that, so you have to do stuff like that. It's pretty great.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a great time.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Great.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.